It's Wednesday, so that means the Slingshot Racing League Apex Energy Truck Series is back for its second race of the season at the virtual Auto Club Speedway. Welcome, everybody. I'm Aaron Smith, joined in the booth by Tony Hillbrands. Tonight, we bring you live coverage of the UD Awards 150. Opening in 1997, this $100 million facility has hosted events for many of North America's premier motorsports, including the NASCAR Cup and Xfinity Series, the AMA Superbike Championship, and IndyCar. The track was also involved with the filming of the 2019 film Ford vs. Ferrari as a substitute for the Daytona Endurance Course. During the Speedway's inaugural NASCAR Cup Series race in 1997, fans watched Jeff Gordon take the checkered flag for his first of 3 victories at the track. 2 miles long and 8 lanes wide, it'll be interesting to see how the drivers tackle this track tonight in iRacing's recreation of the Craftsman trucks. A few stories to keep an eye on tonight. Evan Pienta won the first race of the season after a wild finish at Daytona. Will he be able to go back-to-back to grow his points lead? Josh Ward ran the quickest time in tonight's practice session. Is this a sign of things to come for the driver of the number 92 Silverado? And lastly, finding the balance at this track with saving the tires and maintaining the pace in the draft. Which one will be the driver to do it first tonight? Tony, we saw the right side tires wear pretty hard during the Apex Energy Cup Series race at Atlanta last night. How much do you think the drivers will need to back off and ride around until they can start throwing their punches at the front of the field?
I think the smart ones will probably start off saving their tires a bit, and then about 5 or 10 laps in, they should be able to get going. It's gonna be a long night of trying to save the tires, especially since there's not many not many sets tonight. They only have 2 sets of tires in the pits. As we go to the race analysis here, you can see that the fuel window is 30 to 35 laps. Again, they have 2 sets of tires in the pits. It says moderate tire degradation, but I think they're going to be running hard enough to where they're going to probably want some tires as soon as they can. But again, they're limited to just the 2 sets. So we'll see who can save the tires the best here tonight. And currently, it looks like Chase Berry is on the pole, the 40.825, with Ward sitting in second with 600 of a second behind him, and then Johnny Rapp in third. As they finish out qualifying here, we will get the national anthem underway, and then we will be back for the grid. And welcome back, everybody. Qualifying is ending here, and they're getting ready to start gridding. We will take you through the grid here tonight. All right. Yep. So starting off on the pole is Chase Berry in the number 5. Second is Josh Ward in the 92. The second row will have Johnny Rapp on the inside in third, with Rhett Tucker in the 99 in fourth. Chris Smith in the 28 will be starting fifth. Andrew McGonigal in the 494 will be starting sixth. Seventh will be Jacob Bradley in the 48. Evan Pienta, last week's winner at Daytona, will be starting eighth. Ninth will be Rye Jones in the 91. 10th will be Nick DeCesare in the 00. In the sixth row, we have the 06 of Jay Heishman and the 83 of Cordell Lofgren. Jamie Leach will be starting 13th, and Ellis Thomas will be 14th. 15th is Patrick Colby in the 9. 16th is Patrick Daubinger in the 51. 17th is Torun Motorkurdi in the 18, and then Nathan Rogie is going to be starting 18th. 19th is Matt Scherf, and 20th is Zachary Doust.
In the 21st position, we have Brady Powers in the number 22, and in 22nd, we have Matt Kuntz. The next row, we have Timmy Emmanuel, and then Paul Thomas in 24th. Shane Bradshaw in the 25th position in the 88 cars, behind them as well, with the 14 of Lee Campbell. To round off the field, we have Larry Poling, Trevor Trago, Scott Tompkins, Patrick O'Toole, Chris Tope, Tim Torkowski, George Vetsko, and Keith Bouchard.
And that is your starting lineup for tonight. They have they are about to be going green here. The lights are out. Again, Chase Berry and Josh Ward will be starting off on the front row. It's gonna be an interesting night here. Do you think they're gonna be going green most of the race, or how do you feel this is gonna go?
I feel like everyone's going to be pretty calm here in the initial start. I mean, we have plenty of time, about an hour's worth of racing ahead of us, so fortunately, or hopefully rather, it'll be a pretty clean show all the way through. But as we're coming to the green here, Chase Berry and Josh Ward lead them to the flag as the green flag is out here at Auto Club.
And it looks like a good clean start by everybody as they head down the front stretch. They've got some 3 and 4 wide, it looks like, back there already.
Yeah, around the 10th position. It's looking pretty dicey back there, but they all keep it straight. Looks like we're running clean through the whole field as the 28 goes down to the apron, and they're wrecking in the middle of the field. Trucks around back there.
That looks like the 83. Was that the 83?
I'm not sure yet.
All right, we will take a replay here.
51's one of the trucks involved.
51?
Yep, 51.
All right, give us a moment here, guys, so we can get caught up. Oh, it looks like, yeah, there's a couple of wrecks it looked like here. Let's see. Looks like the 83 is around, so let's get that taken care of. All right. Oh, yeah, it looks like the 2 got loose and net coated the 83, and then just a lot of people just started plowing into it. Someone else got spun around trying to check up. The 51, yep. Some heavy damage on a couple of these trucks here tonight, already. But it looks like it was only about 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah, it looks like the 8 got a little bit of damage, Ellis Thomas.
Let us. Yeah, all right, yeah. Looks like on the right front.
Just the 14 in the back of the field could absolutely run over, and that's certainly unfortunate for him. Looks like he's got a bit of spoiler damage, but the 44 of Patrick O'Toole looks to be a little damaged as well on the left front, but they should be able to continue.
It looks like most people are staying out, which seems about right, especially with only being lap 1 here, or when the wreck happened. Well, yeah, we got, just about everybody who was involved in the wreck is coming down pit road, looks like.
Yeah, as one of the leaders, I certainly wouldn't be in any hurry to enter the pit lane at this point in the race anyway. I mean, taking a little bit of fuel may be able to help you over the course of the race if it were to go green all the way, but if this is any indication of how the race is going to go, I wouldn't count on that.
Yeah, you should be able to save enough under fuel or under caution if you wanted to try to stretch out a run here. Yeah, but the start up front, it looked like everyone got pretty clean. It's just again, the two got a little loose, and then there's just some major net code. If I don't think that we would have had a problem if there wasn't that net code there.
Yeah, it's been pretty dicey these past few weeks. Hopefully, we've seen the worst of it for tonight's race, but only time will tell.
All right, we will see if they get the one to go here. They probably should be getting the one to go here because nobody was a lap down. And yes, the lights are off on the pace car, so we will be going green next time by. And it looks like Chase Berry is choosing the outside, and his teammate in the 52 is Johnny Rapp will be on the inside.
Yeah, it certainly seems like the safe way to go here this early in the race. You usually get all the trucks to file on the outside on the straightaways there after the first corner, so hopefully that'll work out in their favor.
Do you expect many of them to be running the high line in the corners here for even if they get single file, or how do you think people are going to be running the bottom?
Well, I would certainly hope that everyone would be going towards the bottom if they want any chance of being able to save their tires over the course of a long run. That certainly would be the smartest way to go. But if you want to make up the ground earlier in the race and then be able to save a little further down once you pass a few trucks, the outside is a viable option. But this early in the going, I certainly wouldn't recommend it.
That sounds like my strategy too if I was out there. We'll see what everyone decides though. They're coming through 4 here, getting ready to take the green though after the first caution.
Chase Berry will control the restart here once they get to the restart zone. And he's off. All right. A little early, but I guess that's all right. They get to the line here, restart the race.
And he gets a big jump going into turn 1 here. Looks like the 48 is going to follow him though. He's got a big run on the outside. He might try to go for the lead here. He passed his teammate for second. Now he's going to be passing the 5 for the lead here, it looks like, down the backstretch. And everybody else looks to be pretty smooth too. The 5 jumps back up behind the 48 and looks like they're going to be single filing out here.
Yeah, it looks like Jacob Bradley's taking the same approach as he did last night in the Cup Series race at Atlanta. He rocketed front pretty early, got around me as there's a truck going sideways in the back, but he saves it, running 6th. And then, yeah, I mean, he put on a pretty good show last night. He was certainly a force to be reckoned with once he got to the front, but he didn't save his tires well enough to really keep that pace over the course of the long run. I certainly hope that he makes a little better decision this time around, but it looks like he's taking control of it early.
It definitely looks like he's staying down low tonight as opposed to last night. Oh, and we got contact between the 99 and the 92. They keep it straight though. The 99 looked like he tried to clear himself and he just wasn't clear. But they keep it straight and going, and we stay under green, guys.
Yeah, I don't see any notable damage on those 2 trucks, so I think they might have gotten away with that pretty clean.
All right, I don't remember, but are the trucks still very sensitive to damage though, even if it is minor? Do you think there's going to be a problem here for either of them?
Well, I don't see anything that's really external on their trucks. Usually, if it was bad enough for the spoilers to be pushed up a little bit, that would be the end of your race, but I think they might have gotten away with it there. As Cordell Lofgren drops out of the session.
Yeah, he was the one that got caught up in that first wreck too. He got the most damage out of that. So it sucks to see his night end so early after finishing second last week. And back out front, the 48 of Jacob Bradley has extended his lead. So I don't know if he's going to be trying to save his tires too much if he's getting this lead, unless it looks like everyone else is just going really hard on tire saving.
Yeah, we have quite a few guys fanning out towards the middle and rear of the field, just going around the middle and high lines there. I'm not too sure what the logistics are with that. But, they might know something that we don't. I didn't get to practice this combination at all this week, so maybe there is something in there that we haven't really thought about yet. As there's a lap car there on the bottom.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting around him cleanly.
Yep, he kind of was a little wide going through the corner there, but everyone made it around him safely, and it looks like he's staying down low, and he's going back down pit road. So I don't know what's wrong with the 15, but he's staying out of the way, and he went back down pit road.
Looks like the majority of the field's beginning to get into single file lines. Maybe the start of the tire saving for a majority of the field. We have a few guys going 2x2 towards the end of the top 5, but that should be settled relatively.
It looks like the 91 and the 99, and then the 94 and 55 are all trying to just trying to move forward, but they're just holding each other up.
Yeah, it looks like Evan Pienta's trying to make something happen, going to the top of 3 wide, going into turn 1. He is still 8th. Started 8th, so he hasn't lost any positions, but he certainly hasn't gained any yet in these first 10 laps. He's making a pretty good effort at it there on the top. I'm looking forward to seeing how that works out for him as he gets around the 99.
He's definitely trying to move forward. Last week's winner.
99 taps the wall going into the corner. I think he might have gotten a bad bump.
Yeah, right now I'm seeing that his right side, the paint's been blown off it. So I don't know if that's just from earlier with the 92, or if you said he got into the wall again there a little bit ago.
Yeah, it looked like Patrick Colby gave him a little tap going into turn 3 there. Got him a little squirrely, had him tap the right rear on the wall there, but I think he should be alright. I still don't see much of a ripple in his sheet metal, so he should be able to continue without any major aerodynamic issues.
He has definitely lost some ground here, though, in the last few laps. Not losing any ground, though, is the 48, who is extending his lead even further, while the 5 and the 52 looked like they were about to go side by side, but they fall back nose to tail.
Yeah, I just can't get my eyes off of that little gaggle there for around 9th place. They're still racing pretty hard. Evan Pienta is continuing to try to make his moves up through the field, still sitting in 8th place. It's certainly a respectable position to be sitting at this early in the race, but
Oh, I heard a crunch. Did we get a wreck, or looks like that
no.
black and red car fell to the bottom. I don't know if he got in the way. Can't quite tell who that is. But yeah, Evan and Chris Smith in the 28 have been side by side for the last few laps here. Evan really wants to try to go forward here, but running that outside line, I wonder how long it's going to be before he just starts falling off.
Yeah, I think that blinking or the sheet metal you might have heard was from the 18 of Darren Montecristi there. He's still blinking, but he's holding firm there back in 16th position.
Okay, yeah, that's who it was. Yep. It looks like Evan. Oh, he had him cleared, but he got stuck behind the 94. And now they're about to. Oh, it looked like they were about to go 3 wide, but Evan's in the wall. He's in the wall. Yes. That is definitely gonna slow him down now as he loses a couple spots from that.
Yeah, I see a ripple in the right side of his hood there. That might not. That could very well be the end of his long run speed anyway. We'll see how he picks up the pieces here in the next few laps. We'll see what his pace looks like, and we'll be able to go on from there.
Yeah, it looked like it was just a little bit of brush. Yeah, it looks like he's maintaining speed as they're still side by side up here in 4th. Battle for 4th between the 91 and the 92. And the 28 is trying to make it 3 wide, as he does make it 3 wide, exiting 4. And then Patrick Colby is trying to find a spot through there too. And the 92 drops down to the bottom.
Yeah, there just doesn't seem to be a hole for Patrick to stick his nose in here, but I can't imagine these guys' tires are very happy with them right now. They're going up and down the track, just taking up all three of the major lanes in the middle and bottom of the track. I can't see their tires lasting much longer from here.
Yeah, they do seem like they've been racing for the last lap here, and it's only lap 15 out of 75, so we got a long way to go.
Yeah, if there's any time to find the limits of your tires, now would be the time. We've got more than enough time left in the race as Andrew McGonigal hits the wall and
They're
loses a lot of
4
speed.
wide trying to avoid him, yes. They did a good job keeping it up there out of the way.
Yeah, that might have been a byproduct of that right front tire getting a little too warm at the start of the race. I know the track's cold, but you can certainly overdrive it way too early in this race. I think that might have been our first article.
And out front, they're just... It looks like he's still gaining a little bit, and at this point, Chase Berry has gotten a little bit of a gap off Johnny Rapp in the 52, and then we got a little bit of a gap to that battle that's still raging between Patrick Colby and Rye Jones for 4th.
Yeah, it looks like Patrick's going to get hung out on the bottom there. Looks like the 28 and company behind him are starting to close the gap, so he might be left dead in the water here up the next straight.
Well, he's got the line. Patrick has the line through the corners. It's just if he can clear him so he can get to the top. Yep.
He got the job done. All right. You'll love to see that out of the 9.
Now he's just got to try to hang on to it as the 91 is all over his bumper.
Yeah, I just had to give him a little push going into turn 3 there. Maybe Patrick can start making some progress in these front 3. He was certainly a force to be reckoned with at Michigan in the Cup Series last season when I raced him for the win, but hopefully he'll be able to use his experience to get toward the front tonight.
Yeah, I'd rather not remember that Michigan race personally, but
that was a good race.
As we see Chris Smith at the 28 go to the bottom to pass Ryan Jones in the 91 also, and Josh Ward is looking to go high, but the gap closes up there. He's got to fall in behind. They are all over each other for this 5th through 7th range, and this is where the action's been all race so far.
Yeah, they're just trying to find their spots before the tires begin to overheat. Anyway, there comes a time in the run where it becomes almost impossible to pass. Like, I don't know if it's around lap 20 or 25, but once the tires reach that point of their lifespan, it becomes rather hard to pass without the draft. The margin of error is already so low at a track as wide as this. With the way iRacing surface model's been the past few months, you just can't really do much unless you run the proper line on the bottom, saving that tire. But, we'll see how it continues to work out for these guys as they bunch up on the back straightaway.
Yeah, the 52 is really falling back. Do you think he used his stuff up really early, or do you think he went into ultra save mode? Because he has fallen back really hard, really fast his last couple laps.
Yeah, it looks like he's having a bit of trouble rotating as he slides up the track just a bit as he continues to get freight trained by the outside line. But, I mean, if he is saving, more power to him, but I don't see that being the right call right now.
And up front, the 5 has caught the 48 of Jacob Bradley. That lead diminished quickly here over the past few laps too. And there's still a little bit of a gap, but he's cut it down about 2/3 the distance. Do you think the 48 has used up all his tires? Because I think he went really hard here.
Yeah, the line that they're both taking right now, going out towards the wall and then cutting back down, would usually be the best line to run. But like I said, with the current surface model, you would want to take a shallower entry to be able to rotate the truck around the apron on the bottom, and I don't see anybody doing that right now, really. So they might have used both their tires up right now, but it looks like we're having a pretty good race forming right now.
But the one thing is they do both still have a pretty decent gap over 3rd place, who is now the 9 of Patrick Colby, as the 52 keeps falling back to looks about 8th right now, and everybody else seems to be single file now in that group. Wonder if they are like, hey, we picked up a spot, let's go try to catch the leaders.
Yeah, it certainly certainly would be a pretty good idea right now. They've got such a big pack back there, they might as well hook up and start making some moves. But oh, we have a caution out.
Do you see who that is for?
Yeah, I'm going through the field here.
Looks like the 13 lost quite a few spots. Let's go to replay.
It was the 94 of Andrew
Oh,
McGonigal.
yep,
Tap
and
going into the corner.
yeah, it looked like he got
He got
loose
another
going into
tap.
3, and the 13 just rear-ended him. We will check that out one more time here, and we will
Yeah,
look
I'm not-
for. Oh,
not sure. Yeah, he got a tap from Shane Bradshaw there.
yes, the 88 just ran him over going into 3. Let's rewind this one more time.
Yeah, fortunately, he was able to keep it out of traffic and relatively straight. Like he didn't make a full rotation. So outside of those two trucks that made contact with him, he doesn't have any additional damage. But with it all being on the back bumper, that could pose a problem here in the next run.
Yeah, and as you saw right there, on the onboard, he just never checked up for the corner. Or he checked up way later than what the 94 did, and the 94 got the worst of it. So it sucks for Andrew McGonigal. Hopefully he can recover from that and come back out and with a good finish here before the race is over. Everybody is going down pit road. Let's see how the race off pit road goes here.
Looks like everybody made it to their boxes clean.
Did the 88 just drive down pit road, or did he make a stop?
Yeah, I think he missed his box. It looked like he made a left turn, but he thought better of it there and kept going straight. So I think he'll be coming back down for a second round.
And the 48 does win the race off pit road, and then it's the 52 of Johnny Rapp, who makes up a lot of positions. And then it's the 5 of Chase Berry, the 9 of Patrick Colby, and the 91 of Rye Jones will be your top 5 off pit road.
Yeah, so not much of a change there, but I can't help but wonder how that'll shake up the restart here with these double file restarts.
And it looks like the 88 is getting an EOL for the caution. Or, no, everyone just blew by pace car, so.
Oh,
We'll
no,
see
he
if
did
the.
receive the EOL here, but
Gotcha.
that might mess him up going into the pits from where he's at right now. If he doesn't stop, he might get a passing under yellow penalty. I'm not sure if that's a clearable offense, but we'll see.
I'm sure they'll
Once you get
figure it
past
out
the zone,
because it's.
over. So.
I'm sure they'll figure it out because it's a race control issue here. But yeah, the 88 did miss it. Did miss his pit stall that first time, and he's getting penalized for causing the caution here. So hope he'll be at the rear of the field here for the restart.
And the 77 of Zachary Doust comes back in for another stop. I didn't see him take tires, so he might be changing his mind right now. Yep, no, or not. I mean, I guess he just took some more fuel, maybe some damage repair. I'm not sure. He could be trying to save his first set of tires. Maybe if we get a late race caution, he'll be able to capitalize on that.
Yeah, well, with how these guys are racing before that during that run, you might get a caution at any point. So if he can save a set of tires here and be like 5 to 10 laps better after this restart on the next run, he might be able to pick up a lot of spots. But the pace car, the lights are out on the pace car. I keep doing that. Jacob Bradley is your leader, and he chooses the inside line with Johnny Rapp starting second, the 5 restarting third, the 9 in fourth, Rye Jones in the 91 in fifth, and the 92 of Josh Ward in sixth.
As the pace car makes the sudden turn left onto the pit lane, 48 leads him to the green flag, and he's on the throttle, leading the field back around to the checkered line. Restart the race.
It looks like the 52 had a terrible restart. He's fallen all the way back to fourth already, and it looks like he might lose another spot with Patrick Colby dropping down to the inside.
very surprising seeing that they're both in the same the team room here in the Discord. It's, yeah, Jacob might have caught him sleeping there.
Yeah, sometimes you just don't expect things, even when you plan it out. And the 52 keeps dropping back. Maybe he is trying to save tires a lot better this round, this run, after how far he fell off towards the end of the last run.
He did quite a bit of that in the last Cup Series season. Noticed that he was off the pace quite a bit, but he would make a pretty hard charge back up through the field and get himself a pretty solid finishing position. So maybe that is what his mindset is this early on.
Well, for that to work, they're going to need to go green for quite a while again this run. Otherwise, you're just going to be losing spots to lose spots. But hopefully that works out for him, as the 06 and the 92 and the 22 all go by him. And we got a battle brewing for second up here, it looks like, as the 91 gets to the wall. And he looks like he pancaked it pretty good. He's got some... He's missing his paint on his door there, and as he's falling back now too. He hasn't regained his momentum after that.
The spoiler does seem to be intact, so he might have gotten away scot-free here, but we'll see.
Up front, there's a little bit of a gap between the 48 of Jacob Bradley and the 9 of Patrick Colby, but Patrick Colby has moved up quite a bit since the start of the race. He looks like he's on a mission tonight.
Yeah, it looks like he's found his bearings in these trucks.
Oh, heavy hitting the wall by the 22. He keeps it out of the way. It gets back down to the bottom. It looks like we're staying green here, guys. So, good job on him keeping it straight.
Yeah, the front bumper on his truck's pretty heavily rippled.
And Patrick Colby looks like he's going for the lead up front here. Diving to the inside of the 48, coming out of turn 2, down the backstretch.
I just hope he doesn't push his stuff too early on in the run. I mean, Jacob Bradley's certainly been class of field tonight, but we'll see how this handles throughout the run for Patrick Colby. If he can complete the pass here, he should be in a pretty good position.
They do stay off each other out of turn 4 there after getting really close to 3. Looks like the outside line's going to prevail a little bit on the straightaway, but Patrick's hanging on tough.
I'm not sure how I feel about them sitting side by side like this for so long. If they let the 6 trucks behind them catch them and continue to sit in their draft, they're going to be in trouble if this run goes long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be happy about that either if I was those two, but it looks like they're keeping the distance, and Patrick does end up clearing the 48. I don't know if there's a little bit of contact going into 3 there, but...
No, they were close, but I didn't see anything, so... yeah, Jacob Bradley is just settling behind him here. I'm not sure if he'll go for another pass. But, yeah, he's looking on the outside of Patrick Colby going into turn 1. Maybe he's going for the crossover here.
I don't know. He might have just said, I can't stay on your outside any longer. I'm going to go fall in behind you after those 3 or 4 laps, as he looks like he's losing a little bit of ground, but he still has a good distance over 3rd there.
Yeah, we have at least a half hour's worth of racing left to go, so it certainly wouldn't be wise to go throwing everything you've got out on the table. So, yeah, certainly props to Jacob Bradley for knowing when to fold them, and then just wait in line here for the time being. But maybe he'll be able to make another surge to Colby's bumper here at the end of the run.
And it looks like we have a battle for 3rd now, with Chris Smith diving to the inside of Chase Berry in the 5. And it looks like they're going to still be side by side coming out of turn 2 there, down the backstretch.
Yeah, the 17 gets the run on the outside and clears him going into turn 3.
Up front looks like they're starting to single file out. The whole field looks like they're probably a little single file right now as we go through the field here a little bit. Yep, everyone looks to be pretty. Yeah, everyone looks to be pretty single filed out here tonight, right now.
It looks like like Evan Pienta's still hanging on pretty strong in 10th place with the damage he received earlier in the race. It doesn't seem to be affecting him very much. There's about maybe a 2-second, 3-second gap between he and the truck ahead of him of Nathan Rowe.
Up front, it looks like the 28's trying to look to the inside again here. And he might get the pass done this time. He's almost cleared him through 2. Can't quite clear him out of 2 there. But he's still got the lead over him going down the backstretch, and it looks like he'll clear him entering 3 here. The 06 tried to go with him, but he couldn't. He wasn't quite there.
Yeah, that driver of the 06 truck, Jay Heischman, we saw a lot of him in the Cup Series last season as well, and he certainly made a few pretty good runs there, and it's certainly nice to see him running in the top 5 here.
Yeah, he seems to keep a pretty smooth wheel out there most of the time. He doesn't really get into anything unwarranted, so he's a pretty decent driver. He's running really well out here tonight up here in 5th. Out front, it looks like Patrick Colby is pulling away from the 48 of Jacob Bradley. Up to about a 0.6 of a second lead, it looks like.
We've got ourselves a 3-wide race for 18th here between the 39 and the 37.
Well, about to be 4 wide here in a minute.
They're racing hard back there.
Larry's trying to stick it on the outside, and Larry brushed the wall.
Stick.
Yep. He had the momentum, and he didn't want to let it go.
He's got quite a bit of rear end damage. I'm not too sure where that came from. I didn't see him involved in the first caution, but it's hanging on pretty well.
It looks like the 39 and 37 are still all over each other here. 37 really wants to get around him. That's Trevor Trago in the 37 and Timmy McManuel in the 39. And it looks like the 52 of Johnny Rapp continues to fall back. Do you think he's saving that much, or is there an issue out there?
I mean, I don't see anything wrong with his truck, and I'm also pretty sure I saw him go up to take tires. He might just be saving that hard.
Yeah, he restarted second, and he's all the way back to 16th already. Up front, the gap has closed quite a bit between the 9 and the 48. It looks like the 48 is getting a huge run here.
It looked like Patrick Colby had to chase it down the track just a bit there out of turn 2 to keep from putting Jacob Bradley in the wall.
If I had to guess, I think Patrick ran as hard as he could for as long as he could, and it's coming back to bite him now because he's under attack for second now by the 28 of Chris Smith.
Got ourselves a caution.
And that might have came out at the perfect time for Patrick to save him there.
Well, the 22 of Brady Powers is down toward the inside wall.
All right, let us. Oh, yep, he is sideways here. Let's see what happened. Coming through 2, the 88 just washes up the track and puts him in the wall, and then they both collect each other. And you see who that black and white car was? Was that the 77?
Yeah, that is the 77 of Zachary Dowsty. It took on a pretty heavy lick to the front bumper, but I don't see any smoke billowing from the back of his Silverado, so he should be able to continue. But I don't think I can say the same for the other 2 involved.
All right, let's ride along with Zachary Dowsty here and see what he sees in this situation. He's coming, running the high line through 1 and 2 here, and you can see the 88 just comes way up the track and body slams the 22 and then gets hooked himself. And yeah, the 77 got a little bit of right front damage, but it was a lot softer of a hit than what it initially looked like.
Yeah, it didn't look like he had anywhere to go. I mean, once you get on the brakes with the tires as warm as they were at that point in the run, there's just nothing really you can do but hit the brakes and pray. The the way the iRacing has the collision model with these trucks is just really weird with how they bounce off the wall back into traffic. But hopefully that'll be one of the things they fix here in the coming months.
All right, half the field looks like they are coming down pit road, and while we are under caution here, we will take a quick commercial break. We will catch you guys in a minute. All right, and we are back. Let me get the graphics back up here. We're on lap 40 out of 75, coming to the green next time by.
Yeah, we saw half the field come down for tires and fuel this last stop. But now the top fives: Jacob Bradley, Patrick Colby, Chase Berry, Chris Smith, and Nathan Rogue. So nothing much has changed really, but we'll see how this difference in tires works out at the beginning of this run.
So, do you expect quite a mosh pit here in the middle pack the first few laps? What do you think's gonna happen?
Yeah, probably. I mean, you'll have the guys who are going to be pushing their tires pretty hard to try to compensate for their strategy, but I feel like the smarter folks will kind of wait in line, wait for their turn to pass the guys, and just use the least of their tires at the very beginning of the run. Because there's a way to do it without completely ruining your stuff, but we'll see how many people take advantage of that.
Well, let's just hope they keep everything on the straight and narrow here. As they come out of turn 4, Jacob Bradley chose the outside for this restart as your leader. Let's see if he can come get a jump or not. The pace car drops down. Coming to the green here. And off he goes. Outside line gets a good jump. It looks like the 9 spun his tires and then got into the 5 a little bit, but they keep it straight. Everything's staying kosher. It looks like they're 4 wide back there in the middle of the pack. But yeah, Jacob Bradley comes out with a pretty decent lead as Patrick Colby is still on the inside of the 5 of Chase Berry. Drag racing down the backstretch. It looks like Chase Berry is going to win out in that situation though, because he's able to keep some more momentum on the outside here.
Yeah, it looks like everyone's minding their P's and Q's towards the back of the field. I don't see anybody making any especially egregious moves, but it's still a pretty tight bunch back there. The back 15 are certainly on top of each other right now.
Yeah, we got like the top 5 have broken away from the rest of the field a little bit. Then we got a 3-car battle for 6th there. But they're still side by side for 2nd between Patrick Colby and Chase Berry. They are running each other really hard right now. And the 28 of Chris Smith is trying to stick his nose in there as well. He got a little close to the wall there. And the 87 of Nathan Rogie is up here. He has quietly moved his way up into the top 5.
He'll certainly be one to watch here towards the end of the race. It seems like the strategy calls worked out in his favor as the top five continue to pull away. It looks like they're all staying smart at the front and keeping it single file for the most part, and making sure that their stuff is saved to the best of their ability as the trucks behind them go three wide.
Yeah, that's the 2-car Jamie Leach going way up high there. He lost those 2 spots because of that, though, it looks like. The 4, Matt Scherf, has moved up to 6th. This is the highest we've seen him.
Johnny Rapp's flying through the field. He was 15th last time I saw him, about a lap and a half ago. Now he's up to 10th, passing the 18.
And he did take tires under that last caution, so he might be going for the lead here before too long if he can stay nice and clean. Up front, though, looks like the 28 of Chris Smith is passing the 9 of Patrick Colby for 3rd. He completes that pass relatively easily. Now the top 5 have singled out. Jacob Bradley has a little bit of a gap over second place Jay Sperry, but they're all running about the same pace right about now. As Johnny Rapp, it looks like, is going 3 wide for 6th back here.
Yeah, he had the solid run on Evan Pienta in the middle of the corner. Almost gave him a little tap on exit there. That certainly would have been ideal. Still stacked on top of each other here, fighting for the top 10.
It looks like the 99 of Brett Tucker's back up in the mix too. I think he probably took tires that lost caution. He's making moves up here, back up to 6th or 7th.
It's only a matter of time until they start to close in on that front pack.
Can't
imagine Patrick Colby's feeling too good looking in his mirror right now.
I would say so. The 37 of Trevor Trago has also moved up quite a bit here. We saw him battling for 17th with the 39 before the last caution. He's up to 8th right about now.
Yeah, that's one of the things I love about races like these. It's so hard to figure out who's really got like the quickest truck underneath them. Like you see all these guys like plastered throughout the top 20, but now they're starting to make their moves, and we're seeing the comers and goers here.
And a lot of that could be tire strategy too, and then you just don't know who's gonna end up having the best strategy throughout the race and gonna come out on top. As the 87 tried to make a move and he got moved to the outside, and he almost gets into the wall as they come out of 4 there. But he kept it nice and clean.
Looking for the top 3 here. He might get it out of turn 2 this time by.
It looks like he's already, yeah, he's on the inside, and he looks like he has cleared the 28. And he's going to be inside the 5 coming out of turn 2 here. Yeah, it looks like I was right. He's going to be battling for the lead here in no time.
Yeah, I just hope he hasn't burnt his stuff off too soon. He's been flying through the field here as of late, and here comes Rhett Tucker behind him as well.
And the 99 is trying to follow him. He almost gets into the 5 through 3 and 4 there, but he kept it off him, and looks like he'll take 3rd place going into 1 here. He's going to move all the way up to 2nd, and the 52 and the 99 might be able to pull away from the rest of these guys over the next couple of laps as they try to sort out the lead amongst themselves here in a minute. And the 37 is making some more passes, and the 39 is following him, of Timmy Emmanuel. They are 37's in 5th, and it looks like he's going 3 wide for 4th here. For 3rd.
The 48 almost hit the wall coming out of turn 4. Chase Berry had to get off the gas to avoid hitting him there. But it seems like everyone's gotten out of that scot-free.
That's good. And the 94, who was in that first caution, has made his way back up to 7th here. He's still got some damage. You can see the left rear is pushed in quite a bit yet, and it looks like the hood on the right side is parachuted a little, but he is moving forward. And he looks like he's trying to pass the 28 of Chris Smith here for 7th. Didn't quite get him at the line. But he's got him through 1 and 2 here. He's going to have to check up for the 48, though. That really slowed down his momentum, but I think he'll be able to get by both the 48 and the 5 here before too long. It looks like he's on fresher tires as well. As he goes around the outside the 3 and 4.
Looks like it as he flies around there on the outside, trying to get a run on Chase Berry. Almost clips the back of him as he goes down for the crossover.
And I have lost everybody on track here, so... and now they're back. They're back. We are back live on the stream. Sorry about that, folks. We lost connection there for a moment, but we are good to go. And the 94 did get around both Chase Berry and Jacob Bradley here for 5th. Up front, it looks like Johnny Rapp has pulled away from the 99 of Rhett Tucker, but the 37 and 39 are all over the 99 now. Do you got me, Aaron?
Yeah, I've got you.
All right. Just wanted to make sure I didn't lag out of Discord as well. Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was on my end, but we're still in business here. The 37 looked to the outside of Rhett Tucker, but just couldn't make it work there. Almost hit the wall.
Yeah, he really had to check up because Rhett closed the door on him pretty hard there. As we learned last season racing with him and last week watching him at Daytona, Rhett is definitely very aggressive, so that's something that some of these newer guys are probably going to have to learn or deal with as they race with him, as the 37 drops down to the bottom to try to pass him on the inside for second place here through 1 and 2.
Yeah, Josh Ward comes down. I don't know if this is a scheduled pit stop or what, but he has a few trucks behind him as well. The 25 of Tim Torkowski and George Fetzko here in the 7 truck.
It looks like...
and I think they all missed their stalls. All right.
Well, they are in their fuel range, or their fuel window, so they might be thinking that if this goes green, they're going to be short pitting and try to get ahead of everyone before they get down pit road.
Yep, it looks like they're all taking 4 fresh Goodyear tires.
You might as well if you're filling it up, you know. So, like I said, they're in their fuel window, so won't surprise me if they get their tires and their fuel, and they go as hard as they can here to make up as much ground as possible before everyone else pits. And it looks like the 37 of Trevor Trigo did get around Rhett Tucker for second, and Timmy Emanuel in the 39 is trying to do the same here.
We have a few more takers for the green flag pit stops. I think it's another 4 trucks.
Quite a few. It looks like the 48. Oh, we got a spin. Yes, the 18. The 18 spins trying to enter pit road. Did he do that himself, or did he get a little help there?
Yeah, it looked like he just locked up the rears. I saw a puff of smoke, and then I saw him sideways. So I think he might have gotten away with it here. I don't see any sort of penalty for entering the pit sideways.
And he didn't hit anything. But that was about half of the rest of the field that went down pit road, as up front, the 37 is reeling in the 52 of Johnny Rapp for the lead. We'll see if he can make the pass before they go down pit road. I'm sure he wants to get some bonus points for leading here.
Yeah, he gets a great run out of the corner when Johnny Rapp slides up, exiting turn 2, and looks like he'll have the lead by the time they get to turn 3 here.
Yeah, he clears him going into 3. He didn't even have to worry about battling him through the corner.
Johnny's coming back, though.
It's a huge run. Looking to the outside there. He had to check up a little bit because he couldn't quite get to his outside before he got to his bumper, but the 37 will lead this lap. I believe that is his first laps led here this year. And they're still battling for third place right behind them.
I think Jacob Bradley got a penalty on the pits.
Yeah, he is back down pit road. It looks like that is the case because he's not taking fuel or tires at the moment. That is a shame for Jacob Bradley. He was running so strong tonight. And he
but had a top 3 locked up. He was one of the quickest in the field the whole race.
And he will be losing another lap here as the leaders go by. And yeah, all 4 of these guys pit under that last caution, so they can go quite a little bit here before they have to pit. Hopefully, if they do, though, I don't know if they've used up both their sets of tires or not. That's the question. And if they did, then do you think they're going to try to stretch this as long as they possibly can so they can just get a splash and go, or what do you think they're going to do up here?
I mean, if I were in their shoes, I would certainly be clutching entering the corners and letting the truck roll as far as I can. I'm not too sure where they are in their fuel window right now, but I'd be doing everything I can to try to take as little fuel in the pits as possible. You want to minimize that amount of time you're in the pit stall, so you can try to get out and compensate for that once the guys come around who have the fresher tires.
You definitely want to... Oh, it looks like the 39 is all over the 99 going down the backstretch. I think they made a little bit of contact, but they keep it straight and keep it clean. As they do have a few guys on fresh tires coming up behind them. So some of these guys will unlap themselves here before too long. It looks like it's the 87, the 9, and the 28. Yeah, it is Nathan Rogie in the 87, Patrick Colby in the 9, and Chris Smith in the 28. Catching these top 4 here, trying to unlap themselves. These guys are running currently 10th, 11th, and 12th. So a lot of people are caught a lap down as the leaders are pitting, or the 52 and the 99 pit. Looks like the 37 and 39 are still on track, but 2 of the top 4 have gone down pit road now. Out front, it is still the 37 of Trevor Chego. These lap cars have gotten by the 39. So they just have one car left, or one truck left to go before they are back on the lead lap.
All right, so the 52 and the 99 both made it into their stalls without incident. They're both taking 4 tires.
So they did have one last set. So they are going to be in a great position here if they can stay green the rest of the race. And we've got 3 wide trying to unlap themselves around the leader here. They all make it work though. The 87, the 9, and the 28 get by the leader here without any incident. The 37 is continuing to stay out though, and the 39 of Timmy Emanuel. I think they are going to try to stretch this as long as they possibly can.
Yeah, with how aggressive the lap cars are, trying to get around them to get their lap back, I certainly wouldn't count another caution out. But we're running out of time here.
Yeah, as you can see, a couple right behind the leader almost door each other coming out of turn 4 there. And they're still side by side down the front stretch. That is the 99 of Rhett Tucker and the 55 of Evan Pienta, last week's winner. Also, Rhett Tucker was the dominant truck last week, leading quite most of the race before he got caught up in a wreck. So these 2 have looked strong these first 2 races. They are currently in 10th and 11th as they unlap themselves. And it looks like the 92 is also right there trying to unlap himself. And it looks like the 39 did end up going down pit road. He is just coming off pit road. So we got the 37 of Trevor Trago, the 13 of Matt Coots, the 00 of Nick DeChesire as the only ones to have not yet pitted, I believe.
I'm not too sure how I feel about staying out this long, but like I mentioned earlier, you can count on a caution here. Like there may be 8 lanes on the track, but the ones on the very bottom of the track, those final two, are usually the ones you want to stick in, and you might find 3 or 4 guys going for the same spot trying to save their stuff for the final stage of the race. So you never know what might happen here in these last 10 laps.
Well, one thing that's going for the 37 is he does have an 8.5-second lead over second place 13 of Matt Coots. So he can afford to save quite a bit more than even what he probably was planning to with before he has to worry about running hard here. And as he stays out yet again this lap, we got 11 laps to go. It'll be 10 to go at the line here. If he does have enough fuel to make it to the end, do you think he has the pace to keep everyone who pitted in this last set of laps behind him, or do you think they're going to be too fast for him?
Oh yeah, all the guys who pit for tires and fuel are going to have to gain at least 3 seconds a lap from here on out if they're going to have a shot at him. I mean, guys like Nathan Rogan and Patrick Colby are still about 30 seconds behind him. You have Chris Smith, Rhett Tucker, and Timmy Emanuel at the tail end of that group.
Well, if your calculations are right, then they will be on him on the last lap if he can make it that long. Because 10 laps to go, coming to 9 to go, and around 30 seconds back. I don't know. I'm thinking Trevor is trying to. I think he's gonna try to make it all the way, or he's gonna run out of fuel trying.
Yeah, because the guys who just pit have only gained a second and a half this last time by.
Trevor, it did get caught up behind a slow truck there, though, through that set of corners, so that hurt him quite a bit. Oh, I hear some wrecking. Do you see who that is?
No.
Oh, the 55 got, it's the 55 of Evan Pienta, last week's winner. Let us check this replay. All right. Oh, coming out of 2. He kind of just got doored a little bit by the 39, and then the 92 hooked him down the back stretch. I don't think it was intentional, just a speed difference, and he went hard into the outside wall. And that will bring out your caution here. We will see. We will. Go ahead, Aaron.
Oh, sorry. It was the 39 and a little bit of netcode between he and Evan that triggered that incident. They didn't touch, but iRacing predicted that they would, so that's what sent him.
Oh, and we have a wreck under yellow.
Side. What?
The 77 just ran over the 4 here. What is that? As they were slowing down to catch the pace car, the 77 just runs over the 4.
Oh no, the 4, I think he might have had too much rear brake. He lost it and hit the 77.
My bad. I saw the tail end of that. The 4 just lost it on his own. You're right, Aaron. That is, I don't know what to say to that.
That's our 15th and 16th place runners right now.
And it looks like the 37 will come down pit road here, because you just got it at this point. Especially if he has a set of tires, this might actually really help him again. But he's gonna not have many laps to go here. We'll see if he changes tires here or just takes fuel. He does take tires. All right, so the 37 will have the freshest tires here, and but he'll have to probably go through quite the number of drivers here, because there's only about 6-7 people on pit road here, it looks like. Granted, though, quite a few people might have been a lap down still. I'm not quite sure how that worked out, but
yeah, it looks like we have 12 trucks opting to take the wave around this time by, starting with Ellis Thomas in 14th position.
Ellis is the first one?
Well, that's what it says on the driver standings. I'm not too sure what it's going to be now, because he just went into the pits. But, the 77 of Zachary Dost is the first car behind the pace car right now, in 15th.
Well, looks like Trevor will start around 10th then, which means he doesn't have as many trucks to get around as I was initially thinking, but that's still enough to where. Are you going to be able to make up 10 total spots in, what, about 5 laps here, Aaron? Or do you think we're going to maybe even get some green-white checkers, which will change things up?
I mean, if you go full bore here, and you might run your right front off after the first 3 laps, but you should be able to have a big enough speed difference over the top 10 that you should be able to make some moves there. But if he can keep his nose clean, I could see him fighting for the win here.
Well, he's going to have to hope he gets a great run to get around all these trucks he'll have the tire advantage over. But it's going to... They're not going to just let him do it either, because we're coming down to the end, and everyone's going to be even more aggressive than they have been, it looks, than they have been this race. And speaking of, we got some aggressive guys up front on the front row here. The lights are out, so we will be going green this time by. It looks like Nathan Rogie is your leader, and he chose the outside line. Brett Tucker in the 99. Then we have Patrick Colby in third. Chris Smith in fourth. Johnny Rapp will be in fifth. Timmy Emanuel in sixth. Andrew McGonigal in seventh. Jamie Leach in eighth. And then Trevor Trago, the 37, who was leading, he will be restarting ninth. So he's in the top 10, and then Bry Jones will round out the top 10 here on the restart.
It looks like it's going to be anyone's race here in the top 10. Like they're all capable of winning this race. They've all shown signs of brilliance tonight, and we'll see who can come out on top.
Do you think the inside line is going to hurt the 37, though, on this restart?
It's possible. If he can get a nose under one of them, I think he'll be able to get a pretty good restart here. As they take the green flag, the 99 leads them to the line.
He gets a good jump. Patrick Colby gets a good enough jump to keep the 87 from coming down behind him, so we got side by side for second here. The Rhett Tucker has built up a pretty decent lead already, and Patrick Colby did not quite clear Nathan Rogie coming through too, so they are still side by side down the backstretch, but the outside line has the run as Chris Smith pulls up alongside Patrick Colby.
The 37's already making moves. It looks like he's making his move up to 8th right now.
He's trying to get around Andrew McGonigal in the 94 there. They almost touch, but they keep it clean, and Johnny Rapp, it looks like, is trying to make it 4 wide for second. Oh, the 87 and the 9 get really close there on entry, but they keep it off each other and keep going.
Oh, the 37 got him. Oh, that's unfortunate for those two. They were in such a good position about 10 laps ago, and to have it end like this is certainly pretty unfortunate.
Yeah, it looked like the 37 just didn't account for the speed difference as we go on board with the 37 here. You can see going down the front stretch, he's got quite a gap between him and the 39, but as they get into the corner, he just makes up so much ground. It looks like the 39 tried to get down below the group in front of him. Oh, no, the 39 did get a little loose on his own, and then the 37 had nowhere to go and just helped finish him off there. Either way, that is just bad luck on both of their parts.
Yeah, I think Trevor might still be in it here. Doesn't look like he got too much damage there on that right front. I can't imagine that would hurt him too badly as far as the aerodynamics go, but the 39 took a pretty heavy hit there in the right rear. Kept it off the inside wall, though.
All right, so it looks like we are going to have a green-white checker here, Aaron. Do you think we're going to make it back under green? And who do you think is going to be the one to beat here?
Well, I think Rhett Tucker is in the best spot right now. If he can get as good of a restart as he got last time around, I think he'll be able to hold them all off. But Chris Smith got a good restart as well and got around that 4-wide group. And he's certainly pretty quick in his own right, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do on this last restart. If he gets his foot down about when Rhett Tucker does, I think he'll have a pretty solid shot there on the outside.
Do you think, though, that they will have to deal with the tire spin issue that they had earlier? Do you think they've had enough laps where that's going to be a factor, or do you think everyone's going to be pretty grippy here?
I mean, as long as they stay off the seams, I think they should be okay. Like, I don't think they're that far into the run where it would be a big issue. I mean, the track's already pretty cold. We're looking at, what's the track temp right now? About 78-degree track temp, so it shouldn't be too bad. Should have plenty of grip there, but as you mentioned, we saw it earlier, a little bit of tire spin there, so you never know what might happen here on this last restart. If this is the last restart.
Do you remember how many green-white checkers we get? I can't off the top of my head. Is it 2?
Yep, we've got 2. This will be the first.
All right, so they've got a max of 2 chances here tonight, guys. Hopefully this is the only one needed, but with who's all up front and how aggressive they could be, I could definitely see us having to go at least to 2 green-white checkers. Honestly, I agree with you. I think Rhett, if he gets the jump he got last time, I don't think anyone's going to challenge him. But if everyone else is right there with him, I don't know. I think the 52 might be the one to watch out here. I think he's going to make a move that'll put him in position to get this win.
Oh, right. I forgot that was one of the developments we had in the last 20 laps. Johnny Rapp is on slightly newer tires than everybody else, isn't he?
Well, Johnny Rapp and Rhett Tucker both pit at the same time.
Oh, right.
Right,
Yeah,
like
that is true.
like a few laps before that caution.
All right.
And it looks like the lights are out on the pace car, so we will be going green this next time by for our first green-white checker. And Rhett Tucker does choose the inside line here. I assume that's more to try to keep the 52 behind him, don't you think?
Yeah, I'd say so. We still have about 29 trucks running out here, so any one of them could possibly come out of this with the win if this goes as chaotic as it might.
And looking at all this, the 2 of Jamie Leach and the 94 of Andrew McGonigal are in 7th and 8th, and after the races they've had tonight, they are looking pretty good, and I think they'll probably be happy coming away with the top 10 after the wrecks they've been caught up in.
Absolutely. I mean, while you'd probably want like something of a top 5 here in the beginning of the season like this, to be able to rack up that many points despite the issues they've had earlier in this race will certainly give them a pretty good jump here. It's only the second round, there's plenty of time, but you want to get as many points as you can, as long as you can anyway.
Yeah, especially after some of these guys' races last week at Daytona. They didn't quite go as well as they'd hoped, but here we go. Pace car is about to turn off. Everyone stack it up for the green-white checker. The 99 of Rhett Tucker leads them to the green here. And the green is out. He gets a nice jump, but the 52 gets a pretty good jump with him. We will see if Rhett can hold off the 52.
Yeah, he certainly didn't get as big of a jump as he got last time around. I mean, Chris Smith's hanging pretty tough. Patrick gets turned. He saved it.
The 9 got turned, but he saved it. That was a hell of a job by Patrick Colby as the 52 jumps to the inside of the 99. It was a good job by everyone. There's another truck at the wall back there, but it looks like they're keeping it straight. Down the backstretch, side by side, they go into turn 3. The 52 does pull ahead, but I don't think he might clear him, but I don't think he will. The 28 is right there with them, just in case something.
Got a truck in the wall hard out of turn 3. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Yeah, he's still in the wall. It just came off of it. Heavy damage.
And
like
Johnny Rapp does beat the 99 to the line, and we take the white flag. Last lap here. This will be the end of the race. They are still side by side through 1 and 2. Rhett Tucker will not just let him have it, as he should. Down the backstretch, it looks like the 99 does pull ahead a little bit. They are 4 wide back there. But up front, the 52 dives to the bottom. He's trying to clear him. He might clear him. He does clear him, but the 99 tries to go to the bottom. He gets blocked. And the 52, Johnny Rapp, will win this race. The 99 of Rhett Tucker will finish second. That was a great finish. The 28 of Chris Smith will be third. Looks like the 37 did make it all the way back up to fourth, Aaron. So he did end up getting quite a few spots back. And then fifth, rounding out the top five, is the 91 of Rye Jones.
Yeah, you always love to see a green flag finish at a track like this and have the leaders race for it and just keep it clean between the two of them. It was a great finish, and I'm glad I was here to see it.
Yeah, especially after the restart when the 87 and the 9 got into each other. They both did a great job keeping that from being worse than it was, and everyone else behind them, so that we could have this green flag finish. Again, the 52 of Johnny Rapp, he ran up front, then he fell all the way to the back, and then he came back up and took this win away from the 99. He had one hell of a night tonight. We will work on getting our top 3 up here for interviews. As we do that, I want to say I hope you guys enjoyed the race tonight. You want to work on getting them up here, Aaron?
Yep, I'll do that now. We doing third to second and first, or are we doing first, second, and third?
Whatever you want to do.
Oh, all right. Let's start with P3 then.
It was Chris Smith.
Yeah, I know it's not letting me like scroll up to get to the booth.
All right, I can take care of it. Hold on one sec, guys. All right, Chris Smith, you're in the booth. You got third tonight. How did your race go tonight? And are you happy with this third place finish? You were up front quite a bit.
Yeah, man, I'll take it. I was a little bit disappointed in myself on the first lap. I was kind of asleep on the start. I let Jacob go 3 wide on me, and I got a little bit loose in 1 and 2. Even though I told myself I wasn't gonna do it on cold tires, but I still did it anyway. Put us behind a little bit, but we're able to sort of battle our way back up there, and just kind of riding around most of the night. And uh, Johnny played the strategy perfectly, and he had the speed, and he did a great job there at the end. And I was just wanting to ride behind. I think it was the 87 and the 9 there when we were sort of like on our own after the final pit stop. But hey, I'm not going to complain too much. I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, I'd definitely be happy with a third after the race you had tonight. I mean, you had to deal with quite a bit, but so how did the tires feel? Because there were a couple times like we noticed where you were racing pretty hard with a few people, or at least it looked like that way because you guys kept going 3 wide, 4 wide, stuff like that. Did that hurt the tires as much as it looked, or how did the truck feel tonight?
Yeah, I'd say if you could clear a guy pretty quickly, you were probably okay. But the constant running side by side, that was when you were really probably putting the most strain on your tires. So if you could make a pass and you could clear a guy, you'd be in good shape. But there's times where because of the draft in front of you and the draft in front of the other guy that you might have been side by side with, it was hard not to stay side by side. It just kind of lent itself to that. But that's what makes racing these trucks so exciting.
And speaking of that side by side, did you expect a little contact there in those last couple laps? Is that why you're trying so hard to stay right there with them so you could make that move to get that win? Did you expect something to happen, or were you just like, I got third?
Well, I was ready for anything. I knew I probably had about at that point my worst that I could finish is third. Trevor was coming up behind me really, really fast on fresh tires. Johnny and Rhett had a little bit better tire than I did. Rhett pit a little bit later, and Johnny did, like he worked the strategy like he normally does really, really well. And, they had a little bit better tire. So I knew I couldn't catch those guys unless something happened. So I was just trying to stay within striking distance in case something did happen.
All right. Well, yeah. Again, you had a great finish with a great race. Is there anyone you'd like to shout out or thank or before you head out here?
Yeah, I want to thank my league co-owner, Ellis Thomas. Ellis has put in a lot of hard work. We put in a lot of hard work these last few weeks. I want to thank all of our partners. We're trying to get UD Awards a win tonight in their race. Apex Energy, all of our partners that help us out. Want to thank you guys. Want to thank Tony and Aaron for broadcasting the race. Appreciate what you do and all the work that you put in as well. I want to thank all the drivers for really cleaning it up. I think we had a much better race tonight, and everybody that was watching at home too.
All right, well, that's your third place finisher, guys. Chris Smith of the 28. Hopefully you get another good run like this next week, and we'll see you next week.
All right, bud. Y'all take it easy.
Yes, sir. All right, I'll get Rhett up here for you, and then you can take him, Aaron.
All right.
All right, there you go.
Rhett Tucker, this is Aaron Smith in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, you just came up a little bit short there on that last restart, but yeah, we saw you have a little bit of trouble at the start there. You want to explain what happened there and your thoughts over the course of the race?
Yeah, just having some words with old Josh Ward about that lap 6 incident. I feel he says I blocked him. I said I don't know. It wasn't a block. We were going the same speed. I mean, he wasn't going to go anywhere. I wasn't going to prevent him from going anywhere. But I moved up, to run my line on the back straightaway, and he decided to not lift a tad, and got some damage from that point on. I had to nurse it to the pits.
10-4. Yeah, it looked like you were both pretty strong in your own right during practice. It was a shame to see you two come together so early, but after that point, minimizing the damage and continuing on throughout your race, what made you pick the strategy that you did? Looked like it was the right decision there.
Honestly, I can either strategize or drive. So thank God I have Andy in my Discord with me, because all the strategy props go to him. We were on that strategy. We were planning on saving an extra set for the end of the race, and it worked out. A couple of guys I saw took tires early on, and they were kind of behind the 8 ball from that point. So that worked. You always got to try to save a set of tires at the end of these races, but it's hard. I kind of feel like my truck was a little slow. I knew Johnny. I think we were on the same strategy, me and Johnny, and I knew he was going to be the one to beat. I think he had the freshest tires other than Trevor and Rye Jones. But he did work on the inside. Good job, Johnny.
Yeah, and one more question. We're going into Michigan next week. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, I know that Auto Club is a pretty similar racetrack to Michigan, but I'd imagine the conditions will be much different next week. What are your thoughts on that?
You say that, and it makes me think that it's a daytime race, but I'm not sure. I like Michigan. I've had some luck there. This is actually a good run for me here. I don't know if I've ever run in the top 3 here, so I'll take it. I think it was a good point tonight. Glad to bring the truck home in one piece. Could have gone a lot worse.
All right. Well, before we let you go, is there anyone you'd like to thank for tonight's performance?
Yeah, you guys in the booth had the broadcast going. I had some people watching. Thank you guys for doing that. Ellis, everybody that helps Slingshot. It's a very cool league, man. All the partners with the giveaways and everything. It's just a cool deal to be a part of. PCS Civil, Malware Bites, and everybody watching.
All right. Well, good luck next week, and hopefully we'll see you back up at the front.
Thank you, man.
All right. That was your second place finisher, Rhett Tucker. We will get the winner here, Johnny Rapp, in one moment. Hey, Johnny Rapp, you're in the booth here. You came away with the win tonight. You had a interesting night. You were up front, then you were in the back, and then you were back up front. How did your race feel from your end? And did you expect to win tonight?
I did not expect to win tonight, at least not after I killed the wall on the first run. It was definitely a roller coaster. It felt like I went from back to the front, to the back, front, and then I got lucky. So,
Well, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, huh? After
Luck with a little bit of skill, right? Just
yeah,
enough.
you gotta have the skill to beat to get the luck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, the that last run there, like Rhett hung on your outside, like his life depended on, which is what you got to do at the end of the race. Were you expecting when you crossed him up there coming out of Ford? Were you expecting maybe a little bump there, or did you? How walk us through that last lap or so?
Yeah, it said restart. I don't know why he went high. He just gave me the inside, and I mean, okay, I'll take it, you know. But other than that, it was great racing side by side, and I seen he was going to go low. I wasn't going to block him because that probably would have got me turned. Let him get next to me, and see how it races out. But come to the line. But other than that, it was great racing.
Yeah, it was one hell of a show for everyone watching, and I definitely enjoyed it. Is there anybody you'd like to thank or shout out or anything for your win here tonight? And
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, shout out to my dad. I know he's watching. Shout out to all the payday guys. Chase, Jacob, Ryan, Evan was in there tonight. Keith making a solid run tonight. And you guys for putting the show on. Ellis and Chris for putting the league on. So seems like it's turning into something pretty good here. I'm glad to be along for the ride.
all right, yeah, it was a pretty good race throughout the whole race by everybody tonight. So yeah, it's definitely been looking pretty good out there. And again, congratulations on the win, and hopefully you can repeat this effort next week at Michigan, which is a pretty similar track.
Yeah. Hopefully I can keep it out of the wall there.
That-
Maybe I'll be all right.
That'll definitely help. All right, thanks for joining us, and again, congrats on the win, and have a good one.
Thanks. You too.
Yep. All right, so that was your winner tonight, guys. Jason or Johnny Rapp in the 52. He like we said he was up front and he had a little bit of contact. He was all over the place, but he came away with the win. He put himself in the right spot and he held off the 99 of Rhett Tucker. Any closing thoughts on the race here tonight, Aaron? And what do you expect for next week?
Oh, it was a blast from start to finish. I had a lot of fun watching it up here from the booth, and hopefully everyone else did too. It was a pretty solid race, a lot of clean racing, a lot of aggression, but very few wrecks to come from it. So hopefully we'll see pretty much the same thing at Michigan. Hopefully we'll get a bit hotter track there, see some more tires melt. 'Cause that's certainly fun. But yeah, I'd like to thank everyone for watching. It was a fun race.
It was, and I don't believe there's lights at Michigan, so definitely be a day race. So I'm sure it'll be a lot slicker. And again, everyone who watched tonight, hopefully we did a better job tonight than I did by myself last week. Hope you guys enjoyed the race because the race was really good. The drivers themselves put on a great show, and Ellis and Chris are putting on the league. I want to thank them for doing this, and so you guys can come and watch. And we will see you next week at Michigan. Thanks for hanging out, and if you can, hit like, hit subscribe, all that stuff. They're definitely looking for that, and it's definitely worth it if you guys are interested. So thanks for hanging, and we will catch you next time.
How do we get these one-of-a-kind amazing trophies? Well, we were fortunate to find UD Awards when we started our league. We reached out and we connected with Christopher, and we got started designing these one-of-a-kind works of art. The process was easy from start to finish. After just a few revisions, we finalized each one of them, and the team at UD got to work building each trophy from scratch. They're a small team, but they've got the ability to do just about anything your brain can imagine. And don't worry, if you're not an artist, they've got an entire catalog of unique trophies in pretty much any material you can imagine. Wood, acrylic, glass, and in the case of last season's trophy, metal. The best part, they're affordable. If you're looking for a trophy for your event or league, the choice is simple. UD Awards can give you exactly what you want.
Are you looking for high-quality, affordable sim racing paint schemes and graphics? Then look no further than Evan at Evan Pienta Designs. Driven by speed, Evan Pienta Designs offers a multitude of sim racing graphics from liveries to social media graphics to team and series logos. To see some of the work done by Evan, or even race one of the public liveries he's made, head on over to tradingpaints.com and search Evan Pienta